Welcome to the channel, guys. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day so far. Today, we're just going to be reading through a few Reddit stories that I found pretty interesting. And in the background, we're going to be playing some old games. So I hope you guys enjoy. Sit back, relax, and let's get right to the stories. I also just want to point this out right before we get into the stories just real quick. I am not currently or will ever use AI for voice. I know that there's a lot of YouTubers today, especially in niches that have to do with like Reddit stories and such, that use AI voiceovers. That will never be a thing on this channel. So hopefully you guys can get something from actually having a real human voice read stuff like this to you guys. And this isn't going to be the only thing that I do on this channel. Obviously this is my first video, but we'll see where things go. So yeah, I just want to get that out of the way now. Now let's get to the stories. So this first story had a really big pull for me, and it was because it was about a dog. I'm a huge dog person, so this story particularly stood out to me. My girlfriend, 25 female, is ruining years of my dog's training and thinks that I, 27 male, am being a dictator. I have a 5-year-old German Shepherd named Max. I got him as a pup and spent literally hundreds of hours and a lot of money on professional training because I wanted a dog that actually listens. He used to be perfect. Heel, stay, no begging at the table, the whole deal. We have been living together for about 7 months now, and things are starting to fall apart because she refuses to follow the rules I set for him. It started small, like letting him on the couch when I am not in the room. I told her multiple times that Max has his own bed for a reason, and it is better for his joints and my sanity regarding the fur. She just rolls her eyes and says he looks sad. Now he won't even go to his bed when I tell him to, because he looks at her for permission to stay on the sofa. Then there is the food. I have a very strict no scraps rule. She thinks it is cute to give him bits of her pizza crust or bacon under the table. Now Max has started whining and pawing at people while they eat, which is something that he never did before. Yesterday was the breaking point. I caught her feeding him directly from her plate, and when I told her to stop, she got defensive and called me a dog dictator. She says I am sucking the joy out of his life, and that he is just a dog and not a soldier. I tried explaining that consistency is the only way training works, and that she is basically undoing 3 years of hard work, but she just walked away. Now the dog is confused, and honestly starting to ignore my commands if she is around. How do I make her understand that this is about respect for my effort and the dog's safety without turning it into a massive fight every single night? I'm not going to comment on every single story I read. A lot of them I'll just switch to the next story. But for this one, I definitely want to point out that she is definitely being disrespectful. And if I put that much time and effort into training my dog to, be trained, and then she would just step by step just taking away all that training, I would be very annoyed. And honestly, that would be enough for me to probably leave the relationship. This next story here got me pretty heated the first time I read it, but let's see what you guys think. My boyfriend, 35 male, left me, 25 female, at the airport alone and got on the flight by himself. For some context, my boyfriend, 35 male, is a semi-professional athlete who travels every weekend to a different state/country to compete in tournaments. My grandpa passed away this past week, so I've been dealing with a lot of grief. My grandpa basically raised me because my dad was not around. I also deal with severe depression and anxiety after we had an abortion last August. He told me to come with him this weekend so I could clear my head a little, and it was a domestic flight and I figured I could handle it. We have been together for about 1.5 years now, and he somehow managed to book my flight ticket with my nickname instead of my official government ID name. I'm Asian, so I have an English name that is not on my ID, but my registered name is my Asian name. It's not complicated, it's literally 12 letters. We have spoken about this before. There was no issue flying to our destination as my country uses auto e-gates, and I managed to get past security. The issue came when departing to fly home. Security would not let me pass as my boarding pass and ID name did not match. The airline said that there was nothing they could do as I had already submitted all passenger info. He proceeds to tell me to wait alone at the airport for 4.5 hours and he's going to fly back first as he has an appointment. I was pretty shocked. I figured he would stay with me and get a ticket for the next flight as that's what I would do. If I was in his position, I would have rescheduled my meeting and rebooked my flight for the next flight considering my emotional state and would not have left him alone. He said he didn't want to pay for another ticket, but he'll pay for mine since it was his fault he booked my ticket under the wrong name. The ticket was about $50 USD. My boyfriend is very glad to drop about $2,000 a night at the casino. He literally had just dropped $250 last night playing poker, and he plays poker every single night, so I know that this amount is insignificant to him. I also know how much he makes annually. He said he had to go back to work and that I shouldn't overreact and to just stick it out and wait at the airport. Buying another 2 tickets would literally be one hand of poker for him. Maybe I was in an emotional state, but I could feel myself starting to hyperventilate, and I knew if I didn't get a hold of myself, I'm about to have a full-blown panic attack in the middle of the airport. He said to stop looking like I was about to cry because it was making him feel bad. I told him to just go, and he left. I called my best friend, and she managed to calm me down, and I booked myself another ticket. He sent me voice notes after telling me not to overreact, and he doesn't understand why I'm acting this way, and that I'm making him feel worse, and that I should have some empathy for him. I decided not to reply because I couldn't handle trying to take care of his emotions while mine were still all over the place. Before my grandpa passed and was in the hospital, he texted me one night and started telling me that I didn't care about him because I did not call him back fast enough, and I was able to go 6 hours without thinking about him, but I was literally dealing with so much, not knowing whether my grandfather was going to pass. I'm also in the midst of building a business, so my stress levels have been off the roof. I haven't been able to finish any meals in weeks, and I wake up daily with a lot of anxiety. Anyways, this is not a pity party, but what would you have done? Do you think that what he did was right considering my circumstances? I feel considering what I've been through, he should have definitely been more considerate and stayed with me to take me on my next flight, because I wouldn't have hesitated if he was in my position. Any advice is welcome. Thank you for hearing me out. As I said before I started this story, this one definitely made me a little bit angry. The fact that the ticket is $50, but he didn't feel like he should buy another one and ride back with his girlfriend kind of just tells you everything that you need to be told about this guy. He just seems like a huge jerk. And if I were her, if I were to give her one little piece of advice, I would 100% leave this guy. He just does not seem like a good guy, and he does not seem like he cares about her at all. Next story here. This one seems a little bit more severe and a little bit more out of pocket, I won't lie. My husband, 27 male, fell asleep while driving and almost killed me, 26 female, and our 2 dogs. My husband and I have been together for about 5 years and married for about 3 of those. This weekend, he was driving me and our 2 dogs to a furniture store when he fell asleep on the highway and almost rear-ended a car. The car alarm and brake system saved us from colliding with the car. At the speed he was going, we definitely would have killed someone, or he could have killed us. I'm still in shock that this happened. This isn't the first time he's fallen asleep behind the wheel. In fact, it's happened several times. The most recent occurrence was about 2 months ago, and in that occurrence, he did rear-end somebody and ended up totaling my car. My car had a broken sensor for the collision system, and he blamed me for the accident since I never got it fixed. It feels crazy to be writing all of this. I've been trying to navigate this issue for about a year now, but don't know where to start. I want a divorce because I don't think you can forgive someone over and over again for the same issue. I've told him to see a sleep specialist doctor, to which he said he would and never made an appointment. Would all of these things that happened be grounds for divorce? Is there any way you could truly remedy these issues? We've decided to separate for a bit, but I think it would be best to divorce. Honestly, the only thing holding me back is my Catholic parents who don't believe in divorce, but rather forgiveness. Now, 2 things that really stood out to me about this story. One, he definitely could kill somebody, or her, or himself, or their dogs, the most important. But the other crazy thing is that he just doesn't seem like this is an issue that he should probably be wanting to fix. This just seems like he probably has sleep apnea. Go get tested for sleep apnea, get your CPAP machine, and this whole issue would go away. The fact that this is almost to the point of divorce is kind of crazy, but really that just says a lot about him. Next story here. My 26 male girlfriend, 23 female, came clean about sleeping with her friend before we dated. My girlfriend, 23 female, and I, 26 male, have been together for about a year. Things have been genuinely good. She's been honest with me, loving, and has grown a lot as a person since we met. She stopped relying on substances, finished her degree, started working, got healthy. I'm proud of her and I love her. Yesterday she told me that a couple of months after our first date, during a 2-month period where we were not talking, she was drunk and on Xanax and slept with one of her friends. Someone she later introduced to me and who we've hung out multiple times since then without me knowing. They had been friends for about 7 years. It was a one-time thing and they never spoke about it afterward. She came clean because she didn't want me to hear it from someone else. She answered all of my questions honestly. I had already invited him, his new girlfriend, and another couple over for dinner in 2 weeks before I knew any of this. She told me it had been on her mind for a couple of weeks and she was waiting for the right moment. She also said it was completely okay if I wanted to cancel the dinner. I know she wasn't my girlfriend at the time. I know it was before we were officially together, but I am really struggling. I keep getting intrusive images in my head. Every memory of the three of us hanging out together feels weird now. And this is the second time something like this has surfaced. A few months ago, we ran into someone she used to see, and I didn't find out until the next morning. I had been cheated on before, and it really broke me. It took me years to trust someone again, and that someone is her. I told her from the start, if you ever want someone else, just break up with me first. I cannot go through that again. She's been reassuring and loving and offered to cut contact with the guy completely without me even asking. She says there's nothing else she's hiding. I just don't know how to process this. How do you move past something like this when it's technically before the relationship but still hurts like hell? So I can kind of see why, on her defense, that she was honest eventually, but it also did take a year of dating before she did come clean. And like, to kind of put your boyfriend in that kind of position is a little weird. I mean, honestly, this is just one of those, like, if you can get over it, good. But if not, like, it would be time to just end the relationship. That's more just depending on the person. I don't think she did anything particularly wrong. And obviously, you know, he hasn't done anything wrong. I feel bad for him. You know, that's just something that he's just going to have to, like, kind of look at himself and really see if, like, this is something he thinks he can get over. Because, I mean, I personally, my feelings would be hurt that I wasn't told from the beginning. And the fact that she let him and, you know, her boyfriend hang out repeatedly without saying anything is a little unfair. And, like, that would definitely kind of shake my trust in someone. So, I you know, I really hope they got that figured out. So the last story for today is, today I fucked up, so I tried to help my dad with his phone and accidentally exposed his entire double life. So I'm sitting there with his phone like an idiot, just trying to fix his stupid message sync thing, and he's making all this loud ass coffee with his Nescafe machine he always uses, and I'm half paying attention, tapping random settings I don't even remember where exactly I was, maybe notifications or accounts, I don't know, and then boom. Some message pops up with a name I've literally never seen before, but there's a heart next to it, which already feels off, and my brain kind of lags for a sec, like, wait, no, that's probably nothing, but I still tap it. Which, yeah, bad move, but it was right there. And then it's just not normal text, like not even trying to hide it. It's like full relationship stuff, like, I miss you, and last night was perfect. And I'm just staring there like, what the hell am I actually reading? I actually thought for a second maybe it's old or spam or something dumb, but no, the dates are recent. He walks back in, and I guess I looked weird because he just goes, what? And I kind of freeze, like I didn't plan this at all. I turn to give the phone back to him like a moron, and he goes dead quiet, like not angry, not yelling, just blank. And then he goes, give me that, and takes it and puts it in his pocket super fast, like that fixes anything. I ask him how long, and he goes, it's complicated, which is some bullshit. Like, bro, there is nothing complicated about the chat. I literally just saw it. And then he's like, it's not what it looks like, which, okay, sure, because it looks exactly like cheating. So what else would it be? And then he hits me with, please don't tell your mom yet. I need to figure some things out. And I just stood there for a sec, like, I didn't even know what to say. I wasn't even mad right away. It was more of like this heavy, gross feeling, like I accidentally stepped into something I wasn't supposed to see. And now I'm stuck in it, and he's acting like I'm part of it now too. I said something like, that's messed up, I think. Not even loud, just kind of flat, and then I left because staying there felt weird, like I was intruding on his secret, then which makes no sense because he's literally the one doing it. Now my mom is texting me random stuff about groceries and asking if I want dinner later, and I'm just staring at my phone feeling like crap. He's called me 4 times already, and I'm ignoring it because I don't even know what he expects me to say. Like, yeah, I'll just pretend I didn't see your whole second life on accident. And the worst part is I keep thinking maybe I misunderstood something, like maybe there's some dumb explanation, but also, no, there isn't. And I hate that he's making me feel like I'm the problem for seeing it. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here because whatever I do feels like I'm screwing someone over, and I didn't even ask to be in this at all. Sorry if this is messy, I'm typing fast on my phone. This one is definitely kind of a crazy situation. I'm not exactly sure what I would do. I mean, I feel like everybody would say, like, oh, I'd go and tell my mom instantly. But with your dad kind of breathing down your neck and kind of freaking out, trying to get you to like hold your tongue for a while, I can't just say that I would easily go tell my mom. This would be a pretty hard situation. Hopefully, he did get it figured out. And hopefully, this isn't like a kid who just picked up his parents' phone. Hopefully, it's not like a 15 or 16-year-old, because I feel like that would be pretty damaging. Hopefully, it's like kind of an adult, where this doesn't have as big as an impact as it would if it was a teenager. But yeah, hopefully this person's doing a lot better. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys really enjoyed. Please leave a like and subscribe if you guys are new. Obviously, you guys will be new since this is the first video. But if you guys did enjoy, please leave some support for the channel. It really would mean a lot. Hopefully this was relaxing. Hopefully you guys like these stories. If you guys want to see more of this, please let me know. I'll probably be doing quite a few different things on this channel. Just, I made this just to kind of have fun, just to see what I could do. So yeah, hopefully I see you guys next time. Peace.